Hello, welcome to another Pauper video. I got a new recording set up, so hopefully this is good. Let me know if there's any weird audio or video issues. We are playing Sunscape Familiar today in Tron. You can see the Tron lands over here. That's not usually what you see with Familiars, but the reason for this is that Sunscape Familiar, if you have two of these in play, plus Ghostly Flicker, plus Mnemonic Wall, is infinite colorless mana, flickering tower and wall, and having energy refractor in play. You make infinite mana. You can flicker refractor, go through your deck, do whatever you want, and win the game that way. So our two win conditions are lightning bolt for infinite damage, and over here hidden Dinrova Horror to strip mine the opponent, get rid of all their stuff. We are playing the generally accepted Tron format, except I'm not going for the Lorien Revealed package. I just felt like it was a little bit too tough to fit everything. I wanted to cut 2 lands for the Lorien Revealed lands, but I ended up just going with this because I felt like it was just easier to make it work. So we've got the 12 Tron lands, 2 of the life gain tap land, 3 of Seagate, 1 Crystal Grotto, 1 Majuka Bog, and then the rest are islands. We have the familiars, obviously, and I'm going for crop rotation instead of expedition map. I just think that having fast Tron is really good. So fast Tron plus having refractor and terminal for color fixing. And then we can do the unwind combo with unwind and weather the storm. We've got some moments pieces to buy time, and we're looking to combo off and kill our opponent. In the sideboard, some specific counters with exclude for creature decks, prohibit. I think that's useful versus faster decks. Dispel for control, Blue Blast for red, Breath Weapon for red, Red Elemental Blast, Wholesome Marasa for red as well, Weather Storm for red, Moment's Peace for non-red aggro decks and non-glitters, because glitters can go under Moment's Peace sometimes. And then we've got 3 Nature's Claims for glitters. So we'll see how that works out. I'm a little bit unsure how to sideboard and stuff, but I really like this deck. And I just definitely wanted to show it off, throw some familiars onto the channel, and have some fun. If you like familiars, check out the How to Play Familiars pinned video on my channel. Look at the Patreon for sideboard guides on the generally accepted familiars decks. And then don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought about this league and this deck, and I'll see you in the matches. All right, we're here in round 1 versus New Barola. We've kind of got our path to Tron lands here with Impulse, Crop Rotation, but I think the rest of the hand is terrible, so I'm going to mulligan. All right, this is much better. Let's keep. Question is, do we put back Teachings or the Familiar? I think I'm going to put back the Teachings here. It's the more expensive spell. I can go Familiar into cast things quickly with Impulse. And our opponent is going to try to glitters us out, so having Familiar allows us to go a little bit faster. Play Seagate on green. That allows me to play Crop Rotation quickly. Raven Inspector from our opponent. They don't have any glitters right now. Alright. Let's just Impulse. We find another Tron land. Okay, we found Urza's Mine. Next turn we have play land, crop for Tron, a network terminal. We can Mnemonic Wall back the Impulse. Sounds pretty decent. We're still on 1 land. We're taking 2 damage. That's okay. This is why network terminal is pretty decent here. Mine. Green, we'll crop rotation this, get our tower. And then play network terminal. Blue. Wall back the Impulse. And your turn. Now we've got blockers. But at this point we're looking for energy refractor and they just shoot down the wall. Disappoint. So we have to play out the island and then Impulse looking for something to do. Okay, Grotto might be useful. I don't want that. I guess I'm going to play my Familiar as a blocker and then Impulse with this land looking for a refractor or whatever. Okay, so we find Dinrova Horror, Flicker, Impulse. I could just take the Impulse again. Pass the turn. Opponent's got an Ornithopter, Mirror Enforcer, and a Mirror Enforcer. They were banking on just dumping their hand into Enforcers. Next turn we're taking a minimum 9 damage. There's a Moment's Peace. Like an Island and Impulse. Finding another Impulse or a Teachings. I think I'm just impulsing here. Impulse again. Another Moment's Peace. Okay. Still not really accomplishing anything. But that is the problem with this version of Tron that I'm playing here, where I don't really have any way of actually getting draw spells. We have 4 Time Walks, though, so that's nice. Glinhawk. So they play Glinhawk. They're probably going to pick up a 0-drop. Replays the Ornithopter. Okay, they've got 1 card in hand. So do I Moment's Peace here or take 9? They've used 1 Galvanic. If I take 9, I will be in Galvanic range for double Galvanic, so I'm just going to Moment's Peace. Blocks. Okay, we can wall for Impulse. And then I will cast that. Finally got the Refractor. Let's see if I can draw a Moldrifter here. There we go. Alright, so I can evoke the Moldrifter and still cast Peace from hand. If I draw into Flicker at some point, I can just flicker the wall and the Refractor. Okay, draw 2 cards. Alright. Can pass the turn. And then next turn I can Teachings for Pulsamarasa, Mnemonic Wall, get back the Mnemonic Wall with that Pulsamarasa. All that glitters, and I can just go ahead and Moment's Peace again. Alright, we also have our win condition. So let's see if I can find another familiar here, because that would be the game. There we go. Familiar, any order, and then I can make mana, play the familiar out, filter this to blue, Teachings, grab a flicker, and then I'll see you on the other side. Let's see, it's 21-12. We got a flicker here on the tower. Get back to flicker. And then we just do it over and over again, making mana. So I like to go flicker, wall, tower, filter for blue, click the mana. But then when you only have 2 mana left, you can just click the refractor, so it's a little bit easier. We're trying to make enough mana to go for the Pulsamarasa. Teachings, get Pulsamarasa. Right. Green. Pulsamarasa back the Mnemonic Wall. So now I'm going to flicker around and probably just going to pass the turn because this is kind of annoying, making all this mana. After making enough mana to play the wall, get back the Pulsamarasa and get back the Moment's Peace. Yeah. Oops. Almost played the wall. I don't really want to run out of mana here. Okay, so wall, get back Moment's Peace. And then we can flicker again here. So untaps that. And then make a mana for blue. Flicker. Then untap the power plant by doing this. Flicker. Back the power plant. And then I think I'm okay at this point. So we've comboed off. Now they're fog locked. And then we can lightning bolt them. Probably the best way to win here is to get, okay, so luckily they are like, I guess you comboed. And they scooped it up. So did that work out for me? It seemed like having the fog lock was pretty decent. Bring back the Moment's Peace. Sideboarding here is really terrible and difficult. We could just be Tron and get rid of the familiars. Generally, my plan was to go Moment's Peace plus Nature's Claim, and then attack them eventually with the Moldrifters. So let's bring in Breath Weapon. Get rid of Lightning Bolts. Get rid of the Dinrova Horror. One cool thing is if you make infinite mana, you can just flicker the 2 walls and Breath Weapon and flicker the 2 walls and Breath Weapon, so you can have infinite Breath Weapons. I'm going to get rid of the Unwind for the Nature's Claim. I'm trying to fit 3 Nature's Claim into the deck here, and I don't know if I can. Maybe I don't need all of the Teachings. And then maybe I don't need the Prohibit either. I'm not sure about that. We'll find out. Submit. One thing that I like to do in Familiars when I'm playing against Glitters is just to not Oh, I somehow okay, so this is the old version of the deck that I already joined the league with, where I had this Tangled Islet for Lorien Revealed, but I already cut the Lorien Revealed, so it doesn't do anything. Play this. Now I have Crop for Tron soon, which is nice. Got the Nature's Claim in hand. Refractor, Tower. This feels pretty good so far. And they just slam a Relic. Okay, so I guess find a Moment's Peace. I think it's probably best. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage potentially. I'll just run out the Refractor. Play an Ornithopter. Doesn't look like they have glitters in hand. Oh, they do, okay. Wildfire? Okay. It's a dumb card to play, but it's fair. This doesn't make any sense. Gets in for 3. Play Power Plant. And pass the turn. It's not a dumb card. I definitely saw somebody playing Wildfire previously. Just think it doesn't make any sense. You're gonna get in for 3. Okay. I'm gonna blow up their Relic. They F6 and didn't get any value off that Relic, huh? That's nice. So I could take a risk here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I'm gonna take the risk. Let's evoke this Drifter. Pass the turn. So I have Crop Rotation into Tron soon, and I have double Moment's Peace, but at the moment I can't actually cast the Moment's Peace. So if they had top decked the glitters here, might have been dead. But I also have Pulse of Marasta to get back the Mole Drifter. They're getting in. Play Seagate on white. I'll pass the turn. They play a Mountain. I'm gonna get in for 4. Okay. And then I'll Pulse of Marasta my Mole Drifter. In 6. Draw a card. Power Plant. So I can play my Familiar here as a blocker. And then evoke a Mole Drifter again. Go to 7 cards in hand. Still have the Moment's Peace available. And we find Tower and Mine. So I could crop an island into Tower. And then next turn have 2 towers. No, because I have to crop into the Mine. So in 2 turns, it'd be 2 towers. Alright, that's fair. They get in. Oh, we can Teachings for Breath Weapon and wreck them here. Let's do that. Okay, block. You gonna Wildfire me again? Cast into the fire. Okay. Crop Rotation in this. For a tower. Then we're gonna untap. Play the Mine. And then cast Mystical Teachings. Breath Weapon. And murder all your stuff. I guess that's GG. We'll find out. I guess I probably shouldn't just evoke this Drifter. I should have a win condition here. Can't believe I beat the glitters. That feels good. Alright, pass the turn. My turn. Dude, here's a Drifter. Win condition time. And then play another Drifter. Oh, they scoop it up. Fair. Love it. On to round 2. Alright, we're here in round 2 versus Apis, and we are going to die. Quick and terrible death. We have a Lightning Bolt. I'm going to keep... play land on red. Pass the turn. Moment's Peace obviously does nothing against walls. Lightning Bolt's pretty good versus Axebane Guardian. Play mine. Pass the turn. He's just playing a tap land. Being slow is good for me. Energy Refractor also pretty nice. Play the Refractor. Maybe we can get our Tron online. In 2 turns we can Teachings for Crop Rotation. There's Network Terminal. Okay, we're doing things. He just plays Axebane Guardian. Okay, Lightning Bolt that. Network Terminal, land, pass the turn. So on the next turn we can play Mnemonic Wall for Lightning Bolt. We cast Lead the Stampede. Battlement, Caretaker, Caretaker. Okay, play Caretaker. So do I just... Oh, I can actually teachings for prohibit and prohibit the battlement, so I think I should do that. Or, yeah. Play Secret Door, okay. Caretaker. Teachings. Get prohibit. And then we're going to prohibit that guy. No battlement. My turn. Let's attempt to impulse. Take the power plant. Play the land. So I can play Mnemonic Wall here. Guess I'm getting prohibit. Next turn I can get back the lightning bolt as well. Okay, they cycle a generous ent for a gingerbread cabin, which is a food land. Makes a food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 6 mana. They pull some Marasa the Axebane Guardian. Play the Axebane Guardian. I'm looking for a tower here. Found a flicker. That's really good. Play Mnemonic Wall. Probably made a mistake there. They scoop it up. We got really lucky having that bolt in their hand. So we don't want the Moment's Peace whatsoever. Weather the Storm, probably not at all either. Exclude, Breath Weapon, Prohibit. Those are good cards. And then Red Elemental Blast can counter their thing that makes infinite mana. So we can submit it that way. We're looking for fast Tron plus counter spells. Okay, this is the best we can do if we find another land. I mean, turn 3 Tron into Breath Weapon. We also have like Breath Weapon, Wall Breath Weapon potentially. We're just hoping to draw more lands, but hopefully our opponent's also going to move a little bit slowly. Turn 1 tap land. But if they get a green source here, they can play Overgrown Battlement on turn 2. Alright, we don't find a land. Pass the turn. It's going to be like... Okay, they're playing another tap land, which is good. Barbarian Ranger. Play land. Alright. Come on. Come on, top deck. We're looking for exactly mine. Oh my goodness. My network terminal. I don't think he can win the next turn, so I'm going to play out my Muldrifter. Trying to find an energy refractor. Okay, another network terminal is really good. Battlement for the opponent. They're untapping the Axebane. Lead the Stampede. That should be... They find double battlement. Okay. Play my network terminal. So now they have 3 cards in hand. I'm going to play the island. And attack, I guess. So the goal here for me is to find a way to go Breath Weapon, Flicker, Breath Weapon. Plays a land. Another battlement. 3 cards in hand. We have Red Blast for their untappers. And we have Teachings for Exclude, potentially. Or Prohibit. 4 mana. Plays Shield Wall Sentinel. So that can get them... That can get them Reaping the Graves. Via... I think it could be okay, though. Gets Drift of Phantasms. Now he's going to cycle, grab the Reaping the Graves. Cycles Drift. Gets a Drift. Well, it's not cycling, it's Transmute. Transmute Drift again. Reaping. Reaping the Graves. Okay. I mean, we have the Red Blast in hand. It's Generous Ent back. Making a bunch of mana. 6 mana total. Plays a Generous Ent. Okay. It's in for 1. So I have 5 mana. Breath Weapon, Breath Weapon. I can play Breath Weapon, play Mnemonic Wall, get Breath Weapon again. So what do I want a Teachings for? I think I'm going to Teachings for Pulsa Marasa. Actually, if I get Lightning Bolt right now, I can Bolt the Axebane, but then that doesn't... Maybe I should get Unwind? I could Flicker and then untap both the terminals. I'm going to take the Prohibit. Play this. That's Breath Weapon. Mnemonic Wall. Breath Weapon. Yeah, return it. Cast Breath Weapon. So all your walls are dead. You have no colored sources. You have a 5/7, which is okay. We've got Prohibit in hand, Red Blast in hand. We can play Familiar into Teachings and get Flicker. And then we can just like loot a few times. Try to find the next thing to do. Play Broker's Hideout. If I can find another wall, I'll be in shape. It's in for 5. Okay. Passes. Let's go Sunscape Familiar. Go ahead and cast Impulse. Look for a Refractor. Find it. Then we can play the Refractor. Now we have enough mana to do stuff. I could actually... Oh, we found a Flicker too. Alright. Play my Islet. Single Dizzle Islet. Pass the turn. And I can block and Flicker with the wall on the tower. And then Teachings for Pulse of Marasa, pulse back the Muldrifter, and then try to get the advantage until I'm comboing. Play Broker's Hideout for green source. Plays a Quirion Ranger. Okay. We're going to block. And then make a blue. So this is mana neutral here. Flicker. Woohoo! I can't believe it. Unreal. Luck sacking. Good luck in the rest, man. See you around. Alright, round 3. We're 2-0, but I can't keep this hand, even though I almost clicked keep. Mulligan. Mulligan again. Alright, we've got 2 lands. Crop rotation. Let's keep it and then get rid of wall and impulse. Well, I guess we've mulliganed so low that we probably don't want to be cropping. But crop into Tron and do stuff is better. We don't have any way to cast impulse. I don't know what their opponent's on. I mean, we don't have anything going on anyway. We need to draw lands. Thriving Isle. Are we playing a Tron mirror? Land. Pass the turn. Opponent kept 7 cards. They're playing a Preordain, so it's some sort of blue control deck. Interesting. Mimic Growth Chamber, that's really bad for me, I think. This means that they could be on Bant Flicker and start playing like put your land on top of your deck type spells. Not really excited to see that, but they had turn 1 tap land, turn 2 tap land, so they might not be able to go whatever that card is. It's one blue green, put permanent on top of its owner's library. Playing green. Could also be Turbo Fog. Let's see if I can get the network terminal into play. They'll allow it. Okay. Growth Spiral. So I think this is Turbo Fog, meaning we have to win by Denrothing them, because Lightning Bolt win condition is not super good. And we also are having a problem where we have 3 Moments Peace and Weather the Storm in the main deck, and that's not very useful pieces of the puzzle for the opponent. Okay. So they've got land, 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 Stream of Thought, Arcane Denial. They're taking Stream of Thought and Arcane Denial. Holding up Arcane Denial. They're going to ice my thing, so I'm going to Impulse in response. Muldrift. Do I want Muldrifter or Mine? If I take the Mine, then I can get Tron. If I take the Muldrifter, I can have Muldrifter. So next turn I could hardcast Muldrifter, but they'll just counter it. Crop rotation is going to get countered probably likely as well. Let's take the Muldrifter. It's a attrition-based matchup. They're going to draw a card off the ice. Play Seagate on green. Pass the turn. I might not want to use the Pulse of Marasa because they're going to like put a bunch of stuff in my graveyard. They're passing. Let's evoke the Drifter. See if they want to Arcane Denial me. They're like, okay, I'll counter your thing that draws 2 cards by letting you draw 2 cards. Seems like a bad deal for them. Okay, thanks for the cards. There's a Mine. And Weather the Storm doesn't do anything. Play the Mine. So if they tap off of Arcane Denial, we could Pulse and Marasa the Muldrifter. Probably we want to be propping our tower away just to get... What? Okay, they just want to Arcane Denial their own spell. Huh. Crop rotation this. Now I have Tron online. Pass the turn. So by Arcane Denying their Moments Beast, they get 3 cards, which is pretty nice for them. They're growth spiraling. We're trying to find a way to actually get our combo online before they start milling us, because if we, I feel like we're gonna get screwed and lose. They draw 3 cards, they go to 8 cards in hand. We know they still have Stream of Thought. Opponent's casting a Preordain. They go bottom bottom. I think in this matchup, the second Pulse of Marasa might be pretty good. Plays Is It Boilerworks. So they're probably playing Pyroblast and also Fiery Cannonades or Breath Weapons. Play Seagate on white. I guess I'm going to try to Pulse of Marasa now. Then on my Drifter. Arcane Denial is going to draw me cards regardless. And if I have more cards in hand right now, then I can do more things. Play my Network Terminal. That's the turn. I like all these color sources in play. So we're looking for Flicker, a Counterspell, and we're looking for Refractor. They kill my Mull Drifter. I just really wanted to use their Breath Weapon for something. I don't think that was very useful. Let's see if they have a creature to attack me with. They are going to Stream of Thought me, it looks like. Okay, so if they hit a Mnemonic Wall, then I can Mnemonic Wall back, Pulse Marasa, Mnemonic Wall. There's a Mnemonic Wall, and then wall back the Prohibit. We're losing a Refractor here. Second Refractor, second wall. We find in Rovahor. That's nice. Okay, so we're gonna go wall, get back, pulse, and then I think I want to pulse the wall, pulse the Mnemonic Wall, and then I'm gonna play Din Rovahor, bounce one of their bounce lands, and pass. That's a huge tempo for me, huge tempo gain. But having lost our energy refractors, we might not be able to combo them. If we can get Flicker on wall, or Flicker on wall, then Rovahor, that'll be also the game, but it will take more time. They're tapping a bunch of mana, 5 mana, casting Lorien Revealed. They could potentially have Arcane Denial in hand. They're preordaining, so currently don't have Arcane Denial available. So I could wall for Pulse of Marasa and Pulse the Mull Drifter. Okay, they have Arcane Denial now. Sunscape Familiar. Play Familiar. And I'm going to attack you. If I lose my Pulse of Marasa, I can't win the game. Let's draw a card off the Network Terminal. Discard Weather the Storm. Let's go ahead and Bajuka Bog their butt. Doink. That's the turn. So they're losing 1 Stream of Thought. Okay. We needed a teaching so that we can find Unwind and Flicker, and then protect the Mnemonic Wall. Lightning Bolt's not really doing anything, so I can definitely discard that to the loots. Right now, if they Stream of Thought dome me, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they can hit me for 8. Potentially 9 if they play an untapped land. Or I mean, not 9, 12. They're going to cycle an ice, tapping my tower. How many Arcane Denials have they used? I think they put the 1 back in their deck, so now they have 4 still. Okay. They're tapping 5 mana. They're going to hit me for 8. Oh, they're Lorien Revealing. Okay. So now they have a counterspell available potentially again. Now they can deal us 12. We're on Island, which is not a teachings. Okay, we're going to tap the other Network Terminal. Draw a card and discard a card. Card Moments Piece. And then I guess I'm going to just attack. Play my Island. Pass the turn. I don't really have anything I can do, so I'm just going to F6 their turn again. The only counterspell I have left in the deck is Unwind. But I was just hoping that they would mill a teaching so I could really go off. If I can get Flicker on the double walls, then I can lock them out with counterspells, as well as just do the Din Rovahor thing. And they Growth Spiral. Okay, so they Simic Growth Chambered the Radiant Fountain. Alright, let's boot again. Tap the Network Terminal. for a moment's peace. That's the turn. Well, I mean F6. And swing out the Dinrova Horror. You're at 14. I didn't play my land that turn because I wanted to hold it for potentially looting away. They're going to preordain top and bottom. They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Soon they'll be able to hit me for 16 or 20 for telling a card. Play Thriving Isle on green. Find another familiar. Okay, we're going to loot here again. Discard the power plant. Play the familiar. Play the energy refractor. Find a flicker. So now I have infinite. Okay, let's attack you. Right now they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 3, which is 12. And then if they do it again, it's 16. So the next turn cycle is going to be the one that matters. They're casting Behold the Multiverse. They go bottom, bottom. I'm just afraid that they have a ton of counterspells. Yes, Weather the Storm. Okay. If they tap out, we have infinite mana, completely get rid of all your stuff. Preordain. But we don't have a way to actually win the game unless we resolve a mnemonic wall. So we need to be able to get that Pulse Marasa into the battle and then get the mnemonic wall. Okay. Piece of the puzzle, finding a bunch of stuff. They choose Stream and Pieces. So if they tap down to just one counterspell in play, I'm going to try to do something. Looks like they're going to try to Stream of Thought me. Okay, they're Stream of Thoughting me. But this could give me the opportunity to Teachings for Unwind. So let's see if I hit a Teachings. Unwind in the graveyard. That's not great. Okay, if I can hit Teachings, then I can Teachings for Flicker. There's a Flicker. Dang it. Okay. So this is kind of go time. Flicker here. In Denial. So we have no counters left in the deck. Just draw 2 cards. Wall. If they have Arcane Denial, we lose. Hit Flicker. To the tower. Flicker here. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to attack them and then make them kill me because they are at 13 minutes on clock. We definitely got unlucky on our draws here. And I mean, we got unlucky on what they milled, but they're better set up with their counterspells. And we were kind of like an anti-aggro deck. They played another... Whatever. I'm not really paying that much attention now. We're just letting them run their clock. Discarding the hand size. Land. Maybe I could have like waited until I got the Teachings to pretend that I had another thing to do. If I had another Flicker in the deck, I could have Teachings for that Flicker, but I don't have any more. Like, I don't have Ephemerate or anything. They're going to cast the Stream of Thought. And then I'm going to cast the Mystical Teachings. They're going to have to respond. Alright, whatever. They've used more than half their clock, and we're going to have a bunch more counterspells post-board. I probably should have conceded for information. Maybe not. They're using their clock still. I just don't understand. Casting Weather Storm for no reason. Sure. Alright, opponent takes game 1 with Turbo Fog. Bring in Dispel, Prohibit, Red Blast. Potentially, we definitely want the Pulse Marasa here. I think the Lightning Bolt is necessary as a way to win. I'm trying to think about what I can cut. Probably one of the counters. Guess the Red Blast is the least effective. We might also need the Nature's Claim, but maybe I should have 2 Pulse Marasas in the main deck. Who knows? Okay, we're on the play. This is great. Keep. Hopefully we can just play land, pass the turn, play Refractor, find another land, play Network Terminal, go off, and plays a land. If we can win game 2, then there's probably no way that they can win the match. Pass the turn. Land and Refractor. Now we're looking to draw land in the next 2 cards. We did. Yes. That's good. So They're just going to play as fast as they possibly can. Seagate on green. I'll pass. Your turn, opponent. Play a land. Let's see if they just go. Right, no. Play a land. Play network terminal. This resolves, then I can play a familiar. Your turn. They counter it. I think that's fine. Behold the multiverse for the opponent. So if we find power plant, then we have our infinite combo immediately. And we just have to try to draw into the Dinroba horror, bounce all their stuff, and try to make them use as much time like wasting. Put them on real block pressure for game 3. What to do? There's the power plant. The sunscape familiar. So now I'm going to filter for blue, go flicker on tower refractor. Draw a card. Filter for blue. Go mnemonic wall. They have a counterspell. Okay, Pulse of Marasa, the mnemonic wall. Very macabre. Brutal. Okay, network terminal, and then let's pass the turn. Well, I guess we didn't need the Nature's Claims, but Fairy Macabre's kind of a PITA. They're probably going to take the Arcane Denial. Choose Stream of Thought, Lorien Revealed. Okay, that's nice. Bajukabog, your Stream of Thoughts, and your Fairy Macabres and nonsense. Pass the turn. So they have one Stream of Thought in their hand, and Lorien Revealed. Find another Energy Refractor. So we can just draw a card here. And now we can double loot every turn, tapping the refractors. Prohibit, okay. Guess I pass. Keep the prohibit up. Maybe I got greedy just going for it early, but I mean, Fairy Macabre beats prohibit anyway. They have 7 cards in hand. My turn. Let's cast an Impulse. Looking for Muldrifter or Dinroba Horror. They're going to counterspell. Fine. Cycles Lorien Revealed. Getting a land. Cast pieces of the puzzle. So let's counter that. You want to counter all of their card advantage if you can. They're going to counterspell back. Do they have any open mana? No. So, dude. They have Behold, Stream, Preordain. Looking for a Muldrifter. Unwind is okay. That's the turn. Cast the Preordain. Preordain is gone from their hand. On top, bottom, another Preordain. There's an island. They're going to foretell the Behold the Multiverse. Okay, now I will begin my looting. Tap. Discard. Loot again. Discard this. They have Red Blast now for their Behold the Multiverse. Take a red. Counter. Unwind the Behold the Multiverse. Tap, untap, untap. Not that that matters. Pass the turn. They have 4 cards in hand. 6. They're just going to stream me as much as possible. Hopefully I can find a Teachings. And then I can Teachings for Pulse of Marasa. Okay, Stream of Thought, target you. Alright. Resolves. There's a Mystical Teachings. I'm going to Teachings for Teachings now. They put some more spells in the graveyard. Flicker in the graveyard. Are all of my impulses gone? Let's Teachings. Grab my last impulse. Blue. Cast Impulse. There's a mnemonic wall. So once again, we have the combo. If we can somehow, like if they have Fairy Macabre in hand again, we'll be hosed. Terminal. Wall. Back Flicker. I guess actually, if they go for the Macabre here, I can Teachings for Flicker. No, because the Flicker's already gone. If you have the Fairy Macabre, I'm going to be peeved. Kind of looks like they have it. Are you kidding me? Ugh. That's annoying. So we only have 2 Flickers in the deck, and we're going to lose to this stupid nonsense. Okay. So let's Teachings for something random. And then loot it away. Find a Muldrifter. Power, pass. Oh, man. Can't believe they had the second one. That sucked. I choose Arcane Denial, Preordain. Cast Preordain. There's a land. Gonna Weather the Storm. Arcane Denial or Weather the Storm? Yeah, I'll dispel that. They're Arcane Denialing their own Arcane Denial. Okay, they draw 3 cards. We got kind of just beat by the Fairy Macabres. Usually people don't play that, but that's okay. I don't know if there was any way. I mean, I should have just not gone all in until I had everything. But I didn't know that they were going to have 80 Fairy Macabres. Okay, so let's go play Wall. Grab the Impulse. You're just going to Fairy Macabre again? The Impulse. I'm looking for my Dinrova Horror. Dinrova Horror. Hit the Dinrova Horror. Rid of this. And then I'm going to loot one time. We don't really have anything left in the deck to do. Okay, another Drifter. But we have power on the table. That's basically it. Attack. Now I can't do anything other than attack, basically. So if at any point they find Stream of Thought, we're just dead. Alright, I'm not going to make them play it out. Kind of disappointed in losing that, but Fairy Macabre is pretty good there, so we'll see in round 4. Round 4 versus Carrot Eater. I have to mulligan this. Seems kind of bad, but at least we have Impulse. I'm going to keep and get rid of the Wall. They're on a blue deck of some kind. Play land and pass. Opponent's on Izzet. Augur Bowl, so Izzet control. I played this previously with this deck and I got hammered. Let's just find some stuff to do. Pulse. We're going to take the terminal here as ramp. Then kind of hope that they don't have Counterspell up. Right, that's Counterspell mana. Plays another Augur Bowl, so I will be able to resolve the network terminal. I get in for 1. Okay. You have 1 damage on the table. Brainstorming. Play land. Play the terminal. Your turn. I feel like they're going to play Monarch. I'm just going to bolt it. This is how I died the last time I faced this deck. I just went Monarch, kill you. I think I'm going to concede. We're not coming back. I want the blue blasts. I feel like I can win without the lightning bolt, but I'm not sure. Red blast also maybe? Just dispel. They're going to bring in Hydroblast. We know that. Moment's Peace we don't need. Weather the Storm I don't think we need. Maybe Exclude is useful. Alright, I'll try that. Alright, on the play. Looking for Tron lands and colors, and we find none of that. Okay, I have stuff to do. Barely. I'm just, once again, like kind of hoping to rip lands as the turn. But Exclude could maybe draw me a card. Island. We draw a Pulse of Marasa. I'll pass the turn. Okay, they get a mountain on end step with an Ash Barrens and pass. I'm looking for a land. Okay. Negate on green. Pass the turn. So now I actually have a response for their turn 4 Monarch with Exclude. Just don't think anything else is going to happen here. Just F6ing. Right, your turn. On their end step, I'll cast the Impulse with Dispel backup. Play a land. Will they go for the Monarch? Looks like no at the moment. We're casting Impulse. And I will just run out the Blast. Maybe use a Counterspell. So no card draw for us. Draw a land, which is great. Don't want the crop. Now I have Exclude plus Dispel. So I'm kind of hoping they play the Monarch here. Cycle a Lorien. Plays a land. Ponder. Okay. You know, after playing this league, I actually am sort of thinking maybe I do want to go to the Lorien Revealed in the Expedition map. Because Lorien Revealed gives me so many more things to do. Let's play Energy Refractor here. We have Dispel to protect it. Resolves. Alright, they're going to be able to play the Monarch though. They have 6 lands in play. Plays Lorien Revealed, not Monarch. Still really good for them, and it's Stellarian Terror. The Island. Play my Sunscape Familiar. Maybe I should have played the Wall to get back the Dispel. Alright, they're getting in for 5. Pretty strong. Play the Monarch. Exclude. Don't have a counterspell. Counterspell? Okay. Darn. Wall. Get impulse. An impulse. I'm gonna go to the next one. I feel very defeated here. We're in round 5 versus Luigi. We've got Fast Tron and Moment's Peace. Let's keep and see what happens. Swamp. Can I beat a swamp? Swamp Duress. Okay. Probably takes the flicker, I guess. Moment's Peace doesn't do anything against a Swamp Duress deck. Pretty aggressive, though. Not a lot of people are on the aggro discard you turn 1 plan. Get rid of crop rotation. You find a crop rotation. That's funny. Plays a swamp. So they're on either mono. It's probably mono black control. Play my mind. Pass the turn. Another Memphitic draft. Brought. No third land. Oh, Bajuka Bog. Okay. They also are probably going to Monarch me on the next turn. So let's just draw some cards and hope that we draw another Muldrifter or Pulse Marasa. Okay, we find an Impulse. We're going to Deadly Dispute the draft. And Reckoner's Bargain, okay. Gain 2 life and go up to 8 cards in hand. See if they have another land. It's black-white. Interesting. I have no idea what's going on over there. Play Tower. I'm going to Impulse looking for a Refractor or a Muldrifter. Anything that draws a bunch of cards. Network Terminal I think is fine. Play that. And pass the turn. So we'll probably have to play colored land on the next turn. Okay, they don't have initiative mana yet. They only have 4 mana, but they could play the Monarch here. It looks like they're playing a Guardian of Guildpact, so this could just be a Pestilence deck. This is funky. Play Seagate on white, I guess. Pass the turn. We have Dinrova Horror that can deal with Pestilence, kind of. They're all about that duress. No Castigates, though. It's duress, duress, duress. So I still would take the flicker. They're getting rid of the crop rotation again. That doesn't make that much sense, but I'm happy that they took that card. Born in the Black Rose. Saw that one coming. Find the Refractor. That's good. So we can flicker the Refractor. Okay, I have Familiar. So let's do a bunch of stuff here. Sunscape Familiar. Going to evoke this Muldrifter. And then we can flicker Drifter for Refractor to draw a ton of cards. And I still have Teachings for Prohibit. So that's also sweet. Draw 3 cards. Now they're Network Terminal. I find an Unwind. Let's play the Network Terminal here. Next turn we can wall. That really changed a lot really quickly. Refractor into Muldrifter into Drifter Flicker and just gained 7,000 cards. We can still cast Unwind off the 2 Network Terminals and then untap the 2 towers and a blue source. Okay, they play a Scoured Barrens. They thought it through for a while. Pass down. I'm going to cast Unwind in response. I'm tapping my lands. We can still Teachings for Prohibit. Tithing Blade. I can probably be okay with getting rid of the Muldrifter here. They just played a land. Then I can just Teachings for Pulse Marasa. They're getting in for 3. Cast my Teachings. Getting Pulse Marasa. Then go ahead and Pulse Marasa my Muldrifter. Then get that back. Draw even more cards. Looking to find another familiar. Then win the game. Alright, just cast a Muldrifter. Find another Teachings. Like a Teaching for Prohibit. We'll play the wall, grabbing the flicker. Then let's see if we can find a familiar here and win the game. Grabbing the flicker. There's the familiar. So now I just flicker the wall. back to Flicker. And that's all she wrote. Maybe. So we're at 2159. I'll make mana for a while and draw cards. That's a Mulldrifter. There's another wall, so I can bolt them out now. I was kind of wanting to go for attack you and Dinrovahor you. But let's see what happens. I don't really want them to untap. It would take me a while to actually make the mana. Oh, I can demonstrate the unwind loop, I guess. We're here again. Opponent asks me what the win condition is. We're going to go blue, Mnemonic Wall, back the unwind, make some mana. Okay. I'm going to go teachings. Still have to make more mana. Darn it. When it's asking me questions while I'm trying to loop, I ain't got time for that. I'm looping. Teachings. Get Weather the Storm. Green. Cast Weather the Storm. Put the copies on the stack. Blue. Go ahead and unwind this. Tap, untap, untap. And make a bunch of blue. Alright. Flicker these two things and get back the unwind, and then do it on repeat. Put this up here. Yes. Alright, they ended up scooping, which was kind. I don't think we need the Moment's Peace. I do think we want the Exclude and a Nature's Claim at minimum. Prohibit as well. Maybe an additional Pulse of Marasa. There's really not a lot of room for bringing stuff in here. I think I'm actually not going to bring in the second Prohibit. I do like extra Pulse of Marasas against the deck like this. I wish there was a way to solve the issue with only having Pulse of Marasa to get your stuff back. Maybe I should be on Mortuary Mire so I can flicker stuff back. Okay, we're going to keep this hand. Oops. Okay, this hand is slightly better. Let's keep this hand. Put back a tap land. Done. Opponent asks, why am I playing Tron lands with familiars? It's just for fun. It's just for being silly. Really no reason, no good reason. Mine. Okay, we are setting up our mana, so that's pretty good. And I think we should be able to hold open Exclude. Or we should hold open Exclude. Not should be able to. Just because I don't want to get hit with the Monarch. Never mind. They're going to duress me. I would really prefer to keep the network terminal. Okay. Land. Play the network terminal. Next turn we can Teachings for Crop. They play land. Tap and untap some mana. Maybe they're considering holding open Tithing Blade. I'm going to play this tower. And pass the turn. They played land number 5. I'm a Gray Merchant. Okay. We lose 2 life. Then I'm going to go doot 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 doot. Teachings. Grab crop. We're going to green. Crop rotation this land. Grabbing the power plant. And then pass the turn. And then play out the grotto. See what's on top. Nothing good. So I can Dinrovahor their Gray Merchant. And then I have the feeling that they're going to do something about what I'm doing. Let's go black, blue, Dinrovahor, put your Gray Merchant back. You discard a card. And then I have Lightning Bolt plus Network Terminal looting. And I can Teachings for, maybe just Teachings for Pulse Marasa on the next turn. They discard Drown in Sorrow. Okay, I don't know why they kept that in the deck. Plays Pestilence. Alright. We still have the one Nature's Claim. We can Teachings for Teachings, Teachings for Claim, maybe. We're gonna kill my thing. That's not how Pestilence works. Okay, Pestilence dies. That was, I think, a bit of a mistake. Draw. Card the land. Draw a card again. Card a land. And I'm going to go blue. Jam a Mulldrifter. Pass the turn. Opponent says, I'm a silly goose. Opponent is back. They play Mystical Teaching, or Bajuka Bog. So getting rid of my Mystical Teachings, Dinrova, and Exclude. Making it so my only win condition is Lightning Bolt or Muldrifter Beats, which is scary. We've had some disconnection issues, though. Okay. Bummer. Okay, I think that was sequenced improperly as well, fortunately. We're going to flicker Muldrifter and Energy Refractor now. Okay, we're going to draw a bunch of cards. My Network Terminal, Familiar, Nature's Claim. I'm just going to let them pick something. I take the Weather the Storm. Plays a Gray Merchant. Once again, I lose 2 life. Player Terminal, Power, Familiar. Let's loot with the Refractor. Discard the Nature's Claim. Then go Impulse. Looking for a wall. Find a Impulse or Refractor. I'm going to take the Impulse. I've also taken the Familiar, but I don't think that was really where I want to be. Pulse Marasa or Refractor or Teachings. I'm taking the Teachings now. And attacking. Our Exclude is gone. Prohibit we still have. Reckoner's Bargain, your Goldmire Bridge. Let's Teachings and counter that. Unwind, I think, is probably good. Yeah. Then we can unwind. Unwind this. Make 9 mana. They scoop it up. So we ended up 3-2. Not too bad. I feel like those control matchups were pretty bad for me. Don't really know how to solve them. Obviously, we walk over mid-range, and as our opponent in round 5 said, why are you doing this over playing regular familiars? I don't know. It's just for fun. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.